Those who play for pay all have talent. Question is, especially on the Champions Tour, how can so many different-looking swings all produce world-class performance?
In layman's terms, Tour Tempo is a breakthrough discovery. It was the discovery by John Novosel that all tour players, all the best players in the world essentially have the same tempo. Some swing faster, some swing slower, but they all have a backswing ratio of 3 parts backswing to 1 part downswing back into the ball.
Tempo is universal in the golf game, and it's the exact opposite of what everyone considers it to be. Most people think you need to swing low and slow, and Tour Tempo tells us that that's not true. The tour players swing fast. They have a 3-to-1 ratio of backswing to downswing. And the other really important point is that they're consistent. From swing to swing, every swing is the same.
The flip side of that discovery was the fact that amateurs do not swing with a 3-to-1 Tour Tempo. Amateurs' tempos are all across the board, and by and large, amateurs swing slower than tour players.
Garrity teamed with John Novosel Sr. 7 years ago to author Tour Tempo, a theory first explored by Novosel after dissecting video of Jan Stevenson, then of Tiger Woods from 1997. Woods was an almost machine-like consistent 27 frames on the backswing, 9 frames forward on the downswing.
So my dad thought 27.9 was the magic number, but then he looked at Nick Price and others, and he saw 21.7 and 24.8. And so it wasn't 27.9, but it was that ratio. It was the 3-to-1 ratio. But if you do the math, if you had 21 plus 7, you get 28. There's 30 frames per second. So Nick Price is going from takeaway to impact in less than a second. But that can't be, right? Because most people think golf's slow and smooth and all these different things. But here's Nick Price, one of the greatest players ever, one of the great ball strikers. He's got what everyone considers quick tempo, but it's truly tour tempo, and it's consistent.
So then, what do the swings of recreational players time out to be? We eyed an unknowing subject on the Pro-Am practice tee in San Antonio last week. Alejandro Olea is a 12 handicapper.
To work on tempo, I like to get out to the range and slow my swing down.
Novosel Jr. spent 3 minutes with Olea to brief him, then timed him.
Which you're real close on that 3-to-1 ratio. You know, 32.11 or 31.11 is real close. However, 31.11 is super slow. We created tones, audio cues that you can listen to that will give you the same tempo that the pros are swinging to. There's 3 tones. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
So what an average golfer can do is take these tones, go to the driving range, and try out the different tempos of each tour player. We have an app for the iPhone or the iPad, and we also have a device itself.
I can hear that.
Yeah.
It's really clear.
There's a tone to start your swing, a tone for the top of the backswing, and a tone for impact. Beautiful. How'd that feel?
That felt really good.
Right on the tones.
Yeah. It feels a lot more controlled. It almost feels like I'm shortening up my backswing because I'm speeding it up, but I'm really not. This feels like I don't have time to mess around with that.
That's the #1 thing we hear from everybody. I don't have time for any of the other stuff.
Next, the Tour Tempo guys approached 2-time Champions Tour Player of the Year, Jay Haas, to explain the theory.
People have always told me that I had a good tempo, and people with a quicker tempo, maybe I interpreted that it wasn't good tempo. But according to what we've seen out here and successful players in the past, everyone has their own tempo. I think when you get you deviate from that, your own tempo is when we get in trouble. That 3-to-1 is consistent, so that to me is saying a lot.
It's been independently verified by a physicist from Yale who's done 3 different studies using the laws of physics that verify the 3-to-1 ratio for the full swing and the 2-to-1 ratio for the short game. You can use the 2-to-1 ratio for putting, sand shots, chipping, all kinds of different shots.
Tour Tempo 2 for the short game is out later this week.